Started just about a year ago. I mean, he's just energetic. I need to make the stage a little bit bigger. He may fall off once or twice. He's already fell off a couple of times. But I'd love to welcome to the stage a very good friend of ours, a very good friend of mine, and probably a very good friend of yours, Turk. Everybody, Turk.
Seriously? I didn't even say anything, okay? But I gotta tell John, I want to thank John. John, thank you so much for that warm welcome. I have to tell you right now, it's so much better to be seen than viewed. And let me tell you something, okay? At 75, that viewing could happen any minute. Not to mention the fact that I got a shit fluctuates. But I just found out, the reason I'm thinking about it is because the moniker that they give you with this is CRSS. And you can see it's already working. And the fact is, I was diagnosed with CRSS. And then you say, what is CRSS? Good question, right? But it's can't remember shit syndrome, all right? So the fact is, if I, okay, I'm the only one up here, but if I forget, or you see me kind of daze or doze off, you know, it means I forgot, because I'm telling you right now, there's not a lot of gray matter up here, okay? I shit you not, it's so empty. If there was a 747 up there, I could collect frequent flyer miles. Shit you not. But I'll tell you one thing I do not like. I don't like the stage. This is where I'm comfortable. On the floor. Terra firma. Yeah. Okay. This is good. This is good. Now, you know, I have to tell you right up front, okay? I'm dressed in blue because I work in blue. So fuck you. Now, you know, a lot of people, they ask me a lot of questions, and most of the time, I don't have any real good answers, okay? And most of the time when I get up here, I practice, and then I forget everything, and I just wing it, okay? I fucking wing it. So, this is happening right now. You may not believe it, but it fucking is, okay? I didn't fall yet, John. Thank you. All right, so here's the deal. We, okay, have a lot of different things that we as comics talk about. And being a former cop, okay, these people constantly tell me, Turk, we want cop stories. I was a cop with Fairfax for 22 years, okay? 30 years old total, because I was out of folk here too, all right? And the fact is, I should have been a lion tamer. Fuck. Not to mention the fact I'm up here getting my steps in, right? Who the fuck can go to work and walk back and forth like this, right? So here's the deal. I was working down in West Springfield, and I was part of the FART team. Okay? You say, what the FART team? Well, the FART team is Fatal Accident Reconstruction Team. And we had a guy who fell asleep on the railroad tracks. Okay? Freight train came by, 3 o'clock in the morning, okay? And severed the guy in 3 places. Cut his knees off, cut his head off. The head rolls down the embankment. I'm the first one on the scene with my sergeant. I have to secure the scene, but first, I have to find the head. This is a true story. I have to find the head. I'm down there, I'm looking, and all of a sudden, I find the head. And I look, and I swear, the guy's talking to me. My sergeant, he's going, Jack, get up here, let's go. I said, Sarge, this guy's talking to me. He says, bullshit, no, wait. So I get down, okay? I get really down, and I put my ear to his lips. I go, no way. And I go running up the hill, and the sergeant says, Petraka, let's get started. No, Sarge, do you want to know what he said? No, not really. Okay. All right, what was it? He said, I ain't got no body. A lot of the comics, they take bets that I do cocaine. I don't know if you noticed or not, but I'm a little on the hyper side. No flies on you, lady. Tell you that. Picked that right up, didn't you? Yeah, well, so let me tell you something. When I was young, okay, we didn't have all of these different monikers that they have now for people who have ADHD. You know, not me, no. But what you see up here right now is someone who actually has ADHD, but I wasn't diagnosed with it, but I'm smart enough to realize it. Okay? And the fact is that even with the ADHD, all right, what you really see here is somebody who has that, but is scared shitless. It is. It's tough being up here doing this. But here's the deal. You know, when we were younger, like I said, didn't have the almanac. But now, how many parents out here, okay, have kids that have ADHD, okay? Yeah, absolutely, okay? So, you know, they really screw with the kids bad on this. Because first, okay, they go, well, your son has ADHD. What's that? Well, it's attention deficit hyperactivity disorder. And you go, well, okay, but listen, a little bit farther down the road, they change it. They actually change it. You know, they actually fuck with the kid's head because you know what? Now we're going to change it, Johnny, to ADD. And, okay, Mrs. Shagon, you know, it's now ADD. Well, what is that? Attention deficit disorder. Well, my son was just getting used to the hyperactivity. What the fuck? And so that's the only thing I could relate to, right? Then somebody even smarter, okay? All these people that do this, they think they're so smart. They then come up with the moniker, okay? Like I said, when I was young, we never had any moniker. Although I did have a neighbor, her name was Monica. Oh, she was like this, right? Oh. But I was young. That's a different Monica, I think. And the Monica, okay, that they give now, okay, it goes from ADHD to ADD, and then the smart guy says, no, we have to call this kid Vast. You say, what's Vast? Funny you should ask. Vast is variable attention stimulus trait. Now they have to remember everything, right? You parents that raise your hand, am I right? Yeah, absolutely. Then the next thing comes out, it's even worse. Mr. Shagnon, your son is a pit. A pit? Yes, that's right. Predominantly inattentive type. Holy shit! My son's a pit? Yeah, can you imagine this conversation? John, what's the matter with your boy? He's a pit. Oh, that's a shame. Yeah, but we hope someday he grows up to be a peach. It's the best we can do. So they do this, and it literally just kind of screws with them left and right. And yeah, I mentioned the fact that they think I'm on cocaine. Well, listen to this, okay? Anybody here from Oregon? Huh? Anybody from Oregon? Oregon, it's on the left coast, okay? Now this is how smart these people are. They legalize cocaine, right? It's great. They love it out there. But the very next day, they fucking ban straws. Where is the logic there, okay? I don't get it. Okay, so I want to call this a chance encounter, okay? Now, bear with me because I'm going up on stage. I didn't fall, John. And here's a conversation that occurs out in California. In a restroom, after a couple of guys have been drinking all day. If you've ever been into a men's bathroom, it's pretty much the same. You walk in, you got a sink, usually have 2 urinals, you got a shitter, and now they have the baby changer. Big stuff. The guys, they walk up to the urinal. One tall guy, one small guy. And the conversation goes something like this. Don't laugh, people, this is actual size. Hey, you from New York? Yeah. You from Oceanside, New York? Whoa, yeah. How do you know that? I'm 3,000 miles away from home, and you know this. One more question or two. You go to Temple, Nevada? Yeah. He says, I don't believe this. A total stranger. You know this about me. One more question. You know Rabbi Kubitz? Oh, yeah. He's a good friend of the family. How do you know him? Rabbi Kubitz. He's my uncle. He cuts crooked. You're pissing all over my fucking shoe. So we got a little segue here on that note, okay? This is something you rarely hear in Texas. Yeah! That was one fine bar mitzvah. I don't know if that's ever been said, but if not, it's surely rarely. Okay? Now, you know COVID, it hit, right? It was bad. I had a good friend of mine, Johnny D. And I met him in '95 when I was teaching in Haiti. And we became fast friends. And we hung out all the time. I'd go up to Jersey, he'd come down, visit me. I was there, family affairs. And here's the deal. We became really tight. He was like a brother to me. And his wife got COVID, and she passed away. Yeah, it was sad. You know, it was so bad at the time, okay, because it was fucking New Jersey, right? They wouldn't even let him say goodbye. So I'm like, damn. So we lost touch. And guess what? I hadn't seen him since then. And just last week, he showed up at my house, unannounced. I opened up the door, and I'm going to tell you something, people. Johnny looks so good. He lost weight. He had color in his cheeks. His hair was nice and thick. And when he walked in, he had a bounce in his step.
a little zip in his hip, a little glide in his stride. That was Johnny. And I was happy to see this. I said, Johnny, sit down, let's have a beer. I says, you look great. You just look awesome. What's going on? Johnny says to me, he says, Turk, you're not going to believe it. I said, try me. He goes, I'm dating identical twins. I said, whoa, Johnny, identical twins? He says, absolutely. And they're 10, 15 years younger than me. I said, Johnny, every man's dream. He says, I'm telling you, Turk, the sex is off the hook. I'm telling you right now, we do it in the morning, in the afternoon, in the evening, okay? In the living room, in the bathroom, okay? In the laundry room, outside. He says, we do it everywhere. I'm worn out. I had to come down and recharge. I said, Johnny, identical twins? He says, yeah, Turk, and let me tell you something, the menage a trois. I said, oh, John, are you serious? A menage a trois with identical twins? He goes, yeah, Turk, it is off. I go, so Johnny, how do you tell them apart? He says, well, Rose, okay, she has a really nice rose right above her derriere. Oh, Johnny, the classic rose above the derriere? And he goes, yeah. I says, what about the other one? He says, her brother Doug, he's got a big fucking dick. You never saw that coming. Oh, I have to disappear now. Thank you so much, you're the best.
Turk, everybody. How about Turk?